Now, my guest today is a Nigerian actor whose recent role in the short film Focus had me in stitches. He also featured in many stage plays such as Moremi, S.L. Akintola, Man Enough, and Death and the King's Horseman. Welcome to eCentral, Moshood Fattah.
You saved yourself.
It was necessary.
You had to.
Welcome to the show. How do you
Thanks
feel
for
this
having
evening?
me. Thank you, Sharon. Shout out to Tolu and Trust. They had me over. I was here about 2 years ago. It was fun, and I'm happy to be back.
Yay!
It looks better, actually.
We are glad to have you back over here at eCentral. All right, so let's get into it. How did you find acting, or did acting find you?
Interesting question. So, true story. And I was told this story because I can't remember myself. I was 3 years old, and my uncle, who's now late, was a bad boy in those times. He used to have a lot of girls to the house, and then he used to have condoms. And at the time, there was a condom commercial running. I don't know if I can mention the name, Gold Circle. And then, you know, as a child, you watch TV and then you memorize these adverts. Apparently, I memorized the condom adverts. So one time, my family was at the house, and I just saw one of, you know, on the floor, and I pick it up, walk over to the living room, and then I recite the entire thing. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's just a bloody commercial, but they were like, you have no idea what you're talking about, and they laugh until now. They still haunt me with the story. So that was the first time I acted in front of an audience, you know, with a script.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was,
so acting found you?
Yeah, found me.
You did not even...
Yeah, but after then, I wanted to be a lawyer, actually.
Okay.
And I had uncles around me. My father has a background in law as well. So we're going to be a lawyer, we'll support you. And so they would give me books. I remember I met Femi Falana at the Supreme Court some time ago as a child. They really wanted me to, you know, but then I found myself coming back to, you know, this, and I'm thankful to have parents who supported
you. Oh, goodness me. I wish everybody could have this kind of story.
I know, I'm lucky.
3! Wow. All right, let's go away from that. Now, you're one of those people who seem to be comfortable on stage as you are on screen. Is there any difference between the two for you?
That's not true.
Yeah. Oh, really? It's only the audience that thinks so.
I am not comfortable. I can't tell them that. Now, yeah, I'm sorry, what? I'm always comfortable. I'm comfortable in every medium. Thinking about it. But, you know, I think with every performer who wants to do good work, you're always on your toes. No matter what the audience tells you, you can't allow that get into your head. So for me, like, every time I have to go on stage or on set, there's still this rush, like, ooh, don't screw up now. Don't mess this up. You know, there's always that.
Okay, but which one is more comfortable for you?
I think for every true actor, and I will say this, I think it's theater.
And you're saying that on period, ladies and gentlemen.
On
Mary had a little laugh.
Yeah, just because, you know, there's no encumbrance, there's no cut, take it again. Once you're in it till the end, so you can ride that wave all to the end. But it's just crazy when you're on a film set. I'm trying to give you my business, like, no, stop. I'm like, what? You know, and then it's hard to even shoot in this country. Where you have like area boys doing their own thing, the weather is not right, generator sounds, the actors don't be prepared, you have to, you know, it's a lot of things. So that gets in the way of the joy I'll get on stage.
Goodness me, I feel like I want to see you on stage right now.
Oh,
Anyways.
I might this year.
Yay! Good news. All right, so I have a colleague who studied theater arts, and he keeps talking about how theater has a spirit that follows it. Once you assume a role, it kind of consumes you. Is this true for you? Spirit.
It's something that these kids in theater schools say.
Okay.
By the way, I am a theater kid. Just saying. Shout out to Lauren and University of Lagos.
Okay.
There's this thing called induction. It's a process they have to like initiate you into the entire thing, and it's this big dramatic thing. And for me, it was just banter and fun. I'm like, oh, well, okay, they believe this, but I think it's just all
Is it spiritual?
Nah, not really. But if it comes to performances, there are times when you play roles and then you transcend yourself. And I've been blessed, I've been fortunate to have experienced that on a couple of roles where it's almost like, watching back, I'm like, I did that? How? Whoa. You really can transcend in that character or where that character goes to mentally, if you're true to the game.
I'm getting a lot of inspiration right here, guys. Are you getting too?
You better.
Well, I was quite impressed when I saw you in the short film Focus. Like, guy, you did great.
I didn't think I did great.
You did. You did.
You know, actors don't ever say this, but I would say something. I'm like, I remember the premiere was myself and Genevieve, who plays my love interest in the short film, and she was like, "Wow, well done." I'm like, "Girl, And it's like, no. So it took me. This one was released when? Last year?
Yes, 2021.
I just enjoyed it for the first time last week.
Wow, you see.
I just watch it like, okay, I think I can bear to. No, it's not humility, but I think, and there are a few of us who have like high standards for ourselves, and we want to go somewhere like, oh, I want to be with the DiCaprios and the Denzels and the Damson Idrises, and I want to be on that table.
So when you see yourself and you are like, and you cringe a little bit.
If they watch that, would they think I'm on their level? I want to be on that level. I want to sit at that table and discuss with them. So that's why we're like, Once just do good work. Once just do good work.
All right. As a young person in the film industry, what are the challenges you've experienced in navigating this career path?
There have been challenges. For someone who studied this as a course and had an idea of what he wanted, what I wanted my career to look like, I wasn't prepared. And it's a lot of things that kids in theatre schools need to learn. They're so, and I get it.
People listening?
It's a very consuming experience, going for class, playing this character, but nothing really prepares you for the outside world. So myself, when I was in school, I called myself a theatre rat. I had sort of friends, shout out to Badeji and Mega. We used to live in the theatre, go to check it online, so what are the new ideas, so what can we do, what can we practice. We're really into it, but nothing, I don't know, for some reason, we didn't think, okay, after this, what do we get to do in real? I thought I would, from there, just become a star all of a sudden, start working. And that kind of happened for me, actually, because I've been blessed. When I finished, I went to do my master's degree in University of Lagos, and I did a play for the convocation, whatever that year. It was Walking Stick. And from then on, it sort of introduced me to the Lagos Society. And my first musical, that was Butcher and the Bridge, Spirit of David. I played lead on my first entrance. So that kind of, put me on a different pedestal as against the normal person.
And then since then, you've been writing on and on. But major challenges.
But there have been dry seasons.
Okay.
They have been dry seasons. And it's something that my best friend hounds me with. He's like, Moshood, you need to have other business interests. And I'm like, I don't care about money. I just want to, and I'll tell anybody, and this might sound very anti the art, if you want to be an actor, don't treat acting like a first love until it treats you the same way. It's going to sound very controversial, but don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. It's okay if you do one film a year. So far, it's the right thing you're doing, and
you have side business.
But you're okay. So and then it puts you in a position where nobody can see they're doing you a favor or giving you a shot. Like I earn more than you're paying me here. I'm doing you a favor, actually. So you need to have that, and I'm grateful to have interest there, here and there, and family, and I have comfort to a certain level where I can be like, I don't work for 2 months, but not everybody has that.
See, I just want you to blow quickly, so that you can work with all those DiCaprio people, because you look like someone that you have a certain
I don't.
You're proud.
I'm very, very.
All right, Moshood, finally, what should we expect from you in the future?
And I have something that we are working on, and so I signed an NDA.
Okay.
To the tune of a couple of $1,000s. I can't speak on it. So, but we've been working hard. I actually just left set, and we went right back to it.
Okay, we wish you all the best. We wish you all the best.
Really
all right, guys, I've been speaking with one of the finest actors over here in Nigeria, on stage and on screen. His name is Moshood Fattah, and we had an amazing time speaking with him. Thank you so much for joining us on eCentral today. I'll see you again on Friday on Popcasa with my guests. Don't miss it. Bye.